This is Akashvani. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on strengthening Indigenous defense communication infrastructure. The participants are A. Vice Marshal, S. J. Nanodkar, Security Analyst, and Rajesh Lake, Anchor.
On the topic, strengthening Indigenous defense communication infrastructure, it's a pleasure to welcome Air Vice Marshal S.J. Nanodkar to the studio. Air Vice Marshal, CEO CDOT gave a detailed presentation on diverse telecom product portfolio and solutions and key telecom security solutions to the Indian Air Force Chief. What was discussed? What was presented is my first question to Air Vice Marshal S.J. Nanodkar.
Rajesh, first of all, thank you very much, and a big thank you to AIR for having me over on this small program. And now coming to your question, CDOT, that is the Center for Development of Telematics, was visited by Air Chief Marshal Vivek Chaudhary. And during the meeting, as you said, the presentation was given on the capability and the developments that are taking place in CDOT. I'll just take you back a little bit on this. In 2014, all the three services gave a detailed presentation, formation of three commands, which were highly essential looking at the future warfare and India's position in the global context. Those three commands were Special Forces Command, Cyber Command, and Space Command. Now, approval, though in principle approval was given for this, but however, looking at the overall scenario, including the financial effects of that, the go-ahead was given to form a division-level activity for all these three. And as a fallout of that, division-level cyber division was, given go-ahead. What is cyber division looking at? Cyber division is looking at securing all the communications, all the networks, all the data banks that are existing for all the three services in India. And work started then. However, what is the significance of Air Chief Marshal's visit to CDOT and CDOT's presentation that was given? All the three services have their independent network in place. There is also inter-services network, which is going through all the three services for required communication and network activities. Now, these networks are susceptible to cyber attack, and how to protect them, how to improve our network is what CDOT can contribute in a big way, which they have been doing in the past, and they will do it even better if there is a proper coordination between the three services and CDOT. And that is exactly what transpired between this meeting that took place on 26th, day before yesterday. And when the DG of CDOT gave a presentation, he gave a presentation regarding development of secure telecom solutions and also a development in terms of communication and cyber security. So I think these two important aspects were covered, and ingredients related to this were spoken about in terms of how to protect the net-centric and data-centric usage that is very, very important in the future warfare.
And what is the importance of the Security Operations Center, which I believe gives the real-time detection of malware in a network, and also about quantum key distribution and the post-quantum cryptography and other solutions such as 4G core and 4G RAN and 5G core and 5G RAN. I mean, these are very, very technical words I'm taking, but you can throw light on the importance of these to the country and particularly to the Air Force.
Yeah, thank you, Rajesh, for bringing in all these, things, technical terms. I will keep it very simple in terms of viewers who are not too technical in this. Couple of things. In peacetime, we have a continuous surveillance systems on. We get information about safety of our borders, activities going on our borders and beyond. And that surveillance, whether it is ground-based, aerial surveillance, space-based surveillance, all these inputs make data bank as far as the three services are concerned. There is analytics that is going on based on the received data, and also certain deduction drawn and given to the commanders who are supposed to be getting that as a part of information. If we see this, simple term, day-to-day life activity as to what is going around me, based on that, I would get the inputs once I do the survey, get the inputs. I do my planning as to what is required to be done as per the surrounding environment and then take action. Now, this is exactly what is transpiring when we talk in terms of surveillance being disseminated in the form of information through the network that is existing today. Now, be it intra-services network or inter-services network. Intra-services network is for a single service, and inter-services network is for all three services, as well as MOD and above. So, when we talk in terms of names that you took rightly about quantum key distribution, now these are all nuances of the handling the network and sifting the data and producing the outputs. And also on top of this, there is artificial intelligence that also is thrown in. So therefore, there is least amount of human interference when we talk about handling these communication systems, networks, data, as well as analysis part of it is concerned. Though there is a little bit of element of a human being, because ultimately there are certain things that need higher level of analysis where human beings are thrown in. All these things are part of that network and network handling system. So I will not get into too much of technical details of this, but when this information comes to the security center, it is brought in by the security solution pathway, and that means it's a road leading to the security center, and where first the analysis based on the AI available in the system takes place, and thereafter it is open to the human assessment. You imagine a scenario where complete data all along the borders and beyond is coming into one room, into one machine, and first it is coming into a big machine, and thereafter it is analyzed as to what is the data or what is the data change that is taking place, or what is the new data that has been generated, and that complete scenario or that complete picture is projected onto a screen where commander or the people who are supposed to be handling that data, they are given complete information regarding what is happening around. So it's a huge amount of data coming in from various networks, and it is a huge amount of data handling that takes place, data analysis that takes place, and that is what security center that we were talking about. And that is how to handle such a large data. The terms that you took, that quantum key distribution and radio access networks and all, whether it is 4G or 5G, that is required to transport this data and handle this data, analyze this data. So all these things are done at CDOT, and that is what the two agencies discussed among themselves as to how to better our systems, how to be more self-reliant in these terms, because till the last system that I am aware of, which we bought it from our friendly foreign countries who are ready to help us out in this field. But now we want to be self-sufficient in this, and we are moving towards that.
So, Air Vice Marshal, to sum it up, I would say that the CDOT showcased indigenously developed advanced security solutions and other ongoing technology programs to the visiting Indian Air Force Chief. But also stress was laid, and I would like you to comment on this, for increased collaboration between CDOT and Air Force for development of futuristic and cutting-edge secured telecom solutions for critical infrastructure.
Yes, absolutely. Because the last system that I know of, which is an intra-force communication, and we were using a WCDMA network, and thereafter we were graduated to 4G, and all these systems were bought from, the basic network was bought from outside with the, overlaying security layer which has been developed and produced in-house. Now, there is a limitation in-house. There are people who are working on that in-house. But when it comes to agency like CDOT, which has got capability for communication, communication network capability, which is far beyond, because they are the ones who are handling the developments in this field countrywide. And therefore, collaboration between Air Force and CDOT will definitely benefit service in long run. And more than just the communication part of it, the work done in terms of cyber security is what is very, very important for futuristic, employment of this aspect into the Air Force, or for that matter, all the three services and inter-services network, I think all three services will benefit, and more so paramilitary forces also will. And Air Force being a technical service, more technical-oriented service, they have taken a lead probably in this with the visit of Chief Marshal meeting the DG and DG giving a presentation. And both the agencies appreciating that there is a scope for developing the systems which are foolproof as far as we are concerned. And they're all indigenously developed, software. And also, remember, BEL is doing a lot of work in terms of hardware. That is the radio sets and switching equipment and stuff like that. So I think it will benefit services immensely, defense services immensely, also the paramilitary forces and the disaster management organizations also, because all are involved in peacetime in activities together, where the communication has to be fast, information flow has to be quick, analysis of data has to be much quicker. And at that point in time, nobody can accept any external interference in terms of cyber threat. So I think it's a big step as far as all the three services, and CDOT is concerned, because now CDOT will start understanding what is the requirement of the defense services in real terms.
I hear this word indigenously developed quite a bit in our conversation. And are the startups also involved in developing critical telecom solutions for us?
Absolutely. I think small steps are leading to big success in as far as India is concerned. A lot of SMEs, MSMEs are working on in this direction. There are many players, small, medium, and big, which are coming together and working very closely with government agencies, with PSUs, DPSUs, find solution in terms of hardware as well as software. Software, we were already ahead of on many counts, but also in terms of hardware, and I think the integration part of it is now taking shape. So I think many startups are working on this. And what happens is that outsourcing to small agencies have given us much better results in the past few years that we have seen, that they can focus on small, problems that are, or small developments that are required to be done. And quick time solutions have been obtained from them. And those systems have been integrated into a bigger system. And that has made, the progress faster. So I think startups are playing a big role in this overall development.
Okay. On that note, Air Vice Marshal S.J. Nanodkar, we would like to thank you for being with Akashvani.
Thank you very much, Rajesh.
You were listening to a discussion on strengthening indigenous defense communication infrastructure. The participants were Air Vice Marshal S.J. Nanodkar, Security Analyst, and Rajesh Lake, Anchor. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of Akashvani. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may share your feedback about this program through email at airnsdtalks@gmail.com or WhatsApp on 928 909 4044.